Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 12-Minute Talks podcast. I'm excited to have with us today two women. We have with us Nicole and Shauna. They're co-founders of college and career educational consultants. They work with middle and high school kids with tutoring, and currently they're offering a summer boot camp that includes Algebra 1 and English language arts, as well as an SAT and ACT test prep. Nicole and Shauna, thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you
And
for
thank
having
you for
us.
having us. Yes.
Awesome. So this is going to be interesting. I don't think I've ever done two people together, so hopefully we won't talk over each other. All
No
right.
problem. We're just going to talk and sing. We're going to sing a song together. It's okay. We got it.
I
We're
do
good.
I do play the piano, so that's fine. We
Oh,
can.
hey.
I do not sing, okay? But
Nice.
so, ladies, before getting into more detail about what you actually help the community with, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got started working together and how this all came about?
All right,
Okay.
Shauna, go ahead.
You want me to?
Mhm.
Why did I think? Okay. So, let's see. We've known each other for about 6 years now. We worked at the same high school, and that's how we met and became familiar with each other. So, it was one day, Nicole, I was in her office and she had this idea. And I was like, let's do it. So we
Mhm.
formed the company, College and Career Educational Consultants, because as a classroom teacher myself, I've had my high schoolers coming to me with various questions regarding college and the career path, that they want to pursue or they're thinking about pursuing, but didn't have any real direction.
Mhm.
In high schools, guidance counselors can be overwhelmed at times too, as well, and kids may not be able to go and see them. So, their next best choice, of course, is the classroom teacher. So, with Nicole also being in guidance, she was the magnet coordinator for the engineering program at the same high school. I would go to
Mhm.
her with a lot of these questions too, as well, or send my kids to her with these
Mhm.
questions. So that's how the company developed. And that was about 4 years ago we did this. So I will let
Mhm.
Nicole go ahead and chime in where between the first year and now how we're getting to our academic boot camp for the summer.
So I just wanted to throw in that as she sent her students to me and we partnered, we are both mothers to the same kids. They call her mom, they call me mom, right? So
Okay.
it's interesting how you tie the teachers to the guidance counselors and how they really play a role in what the kids need. So our services for our business is academic support, which they get, when they need help with their math, English, science, social studies classes. And usually the parents are alarmed when their kid is not doing well in school. They only know, hey, my kid got a D or a F. What's going on? I'm going to get in there and go talk to the parent. So one of the things that we do is academic support through group teaching sessions, and we also have one-on-one tutoring. But we also offer career development for students, helping them to identify what they're good at and what they like. We also have personal success training, which is helping the kids, like a life coach and what a guidance counselor should do, talking
Right.
to the kids about social emotional, how do they handle their relationships, how do they deal with certain things. And the last part, which is very key, is parent coaching. A lot of times students think that parents don't understand them. Parents have certain expectations on them. So a lot of what we do is talking to the parents and helping them to actually have that better communication stream with their child. So those are the services that we offer. But right now, as a result of the
COVID.
the quarantine,
Hmm.
school has changed for everybody across the country, right?
Yeah, no,
And
it's crazy, and like everything, they're making everything political now about about
Right.
school,
Yes.
right? When I don't
Yes.
think it should be. But I want to pause here for a minute and do a little bit of a deep dive with what you mentioned
oh,
as far as the career development. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that? Because I think that's interesting. I went to school here in Miami, and I think the only thing we did of career development was like that ASVAB test or whatever that's
Okay.
mhm,
called,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
But
mhm.
like,
ASVAB. Yes.
yeah, but like, I don't remember ever sitting with my guidance counselor and talking about what I might be good at as a career. So, what? tell us a little bit more about the career development.
Well, the career development is one of the aspects of what a guidance counselor does, but I used to be a career advisor at Florida Atlantic University. So I used to work in the Career Development Center, and I would help college students to identify what do they really want to do? What are they good at? What do they like? So it starts off with doing career assessments with the students, but also not now that they look at and they start to research all of these different careers, what do you think, how much money do you think you need to make to have the lifestyle that you want to have, and looking at what that looks like. What are you good at based on how I'm an introvert or I'm an extrovert, and what kind of careers. So sometimes I have an idea that I want to be an engineer, but
Right.
I may not have the aptitude to be an engineer, or you know, and it's I might not be good at math, and I really need to be good at math to be engineer. So it's helping the students to connect what they're good at and what they like, and actually getting them a chance to explore it and to look at maybe videos, maybe doing informational interviews, helping the students to connect to what they're good at and what motivates them, why they should do what they want to do. And then it's just a conversation, but it also it's something that I think parents are they have in their mind. I really want my kid to be a nurse. I want my daughter to be a nurse. We're all nurses, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
And the kid has no desire in biology, no interest in biology at all, but that's what they have to do. So it comes into a conversation, and how can we have parents be partners in their child's journey, in their career, you know, development and what they want to do. So that's how we take it with the parents and students.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really important to get that parent involved as well, because I think
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
it helps shape the child, but also letting the child decide for themselves what they would like to do, because just
Right.
because you
Mm-hmm.
come from a family of whatever doesn't mean, that's what you have to do. Coincidentally,
Mm-hmm.
I work with my mom. We do the same thing, but
Oh,
but not because
Right.
nice.
like, oh, what do you do? Let me go do that. It just happened to come
Exactly.
together. Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, Shauna, we haven't really heard much from you except a little bit at the beginning. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about the summer boot camp and how you guys are helping students? I'm assuming virtually for now.
Yes, virtually. Yes, definitely. So our summer boot camp, we have our session, another session, second session starting July 20th. And
Awesome.
depending on the need, it's either Algebra 1, English Language Arts, or ELA, and the ACT, SAT test prep. Parents go on, they register, depending, I hope it's a conversation too they're having with their child as well to see, okay, well, we know the last quarter of school probably didn't go as well. Not much learning going on depending on the situation. So, okay, you
We
may
did a
need
survey.
strength. Yeah, yes, which we did do a survey, and we got some interesting feedback from parents where the majority of parents said their child got maybe 0 to 1 hour of that face-to-face time or contact with the teacher per week. So yeah, that was lacking definitely. So the summer boot camp was designed to help fill that gap. That summer slide that we know usually happens anyway before the pandemic. The kids are off from school for the 3 months. So, who really picks up a book? Teenagers, maybe not.
Yeah,
So
that mandatory reading would be like the last week of before school started.
yes, exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
then, it's the cliff notes that come into play during that time instead
Mm-hmm.
of the actual reading or the watching of the movie.
Right.
So we designed those classes for the summer boot camp to try and help fill that learning gap, not on a tutoring basis, but a small class setting, about 6 to 8 students per class. And the teaching content. I mean, there are lesson plans that are submitted to us. They create a syllabus of the different topics that they're going to cover for each week. The child is given a placement test at the beginning so we can see the strengths and the weaknesses, and then gear lessons towards that.
That's very great how you guys use a survey to really understand what the children were needing and then created something more geared towards solving that issue. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. And Nicole and Shauna, how can parents reach out to you to get more information about the boot camp or all the other services that you offer?
All the information will be on our website, and it is www.chana-kay, ccedconsult.com.
We're supposed to
Awesome.
sing a song. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. I will not sing for you guys, but um,
And if they have any specific questions too, they can also call. The number is 754-444-1817. If they have any questions, I can direct them to the website as well, just and answer any questions that they may have, especially because it is a new program, but we need to hear the concerns of the parents. What is going on with your child? What do you want, to make sure that we can put them in a program that helps them? And because we are passionate about education, we're not only just trying to sell them or put them into a program that we have or with one of our tutors. If we can help to direct them to a resource that they can use online for their kid or whatever they need, we will let them know what that is when we talk to them as well, because we're not in this for the, well, it's a business. We're not in it for the money though. We're really in here because educators do not usually, we do not get recognized for how much we really do. And it's the underpaid profession, but
Yeah.
we're used to that, but we're just in here for the right reason, because we want our kids to be educated and empowered to make their career and college goals come true.
right. I love that. Yeah, that's definitely a great reason to start a business, right? To help more people, and definitely
Yes.
teachers are certainly under appreciated in this country, unfortunately. But you guys
Mhm.
do a lot for the community, and like
Mhm.
always, we'll have all of the links down below, as well as their phone number, so everybody listening or watching this can easily reach out to Nicole or Shauna. And I just wanted to
Mhm.
quickly introduce myself for those of you that don't know who I am. My name's Lorena Tomasini, and I'm the owner of Mom Life and Health Insurance Agency, where together with my mom we help families and business owners with their financial protection needs, all done digitally. And Nicole and Shauna, I do have one last question for you ladies.
Sure.
You can both answer separately.
Okay.
All right. What would you say, since you're all into reading and language arts? Uh, what would you say is the last?
Choral. It's choral reading. Choral response.
Yeah. What
Choral
would you say?
response.
What
Yeah.
was the last good book that you read?
Oh my gosh. And it's so funny because I've read it, and I think Nicole can probably say the same thing. I've read it several times over. I have it on audio, but
Okay.
it's such a great book. The values in that book, the Four Agreements. Have you heard of it?
Yes, I've read
By
it. It's a very
Yeah.
good book.
Don Miguel Ruiz. Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
yes. It's probably one of our favorite books, and we incorporate it with in a counseling session as a guidance counselor. I incorporate it with my kids. I talk to them about all of the four things and what it's supposed to look like. I share it. I send the audios to them so that they can hear it. And all of our teachers, on top of being growth mindset, they also live by the four agreements. We make sure that we're all on the same page so that we
Same
can
page.
have
Yeah.
that the best life that we need to have. We want to live that best life.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it's
Yes.
all about at the end of the day, right? From picking the right career, or maybe having to switch careers if halfway through it you decide, you know what, I don't want to be a doctor, right? Or whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
that was me actually.
Well,
Switching from that. I mean, I'm a doctor now, but doctor of education, but it's switched from being a medical doctor, and that happened for me. And if I had probably someone like Nicole in my life way back when, and helping me or guiding me along that career path, I wanted to be a doctor, and I decided, it was my sophomore year in college. I'm like, this is not for me.
right?
So,
Yeah, you're like, I don't know if I want to cut into somebody, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Right?
There,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Well, ladies, it's been definitely great having you today on the podcast. And is there anything else you would like to add?
Just one quick thing. Recently, this has happened with our company. We partnered with the city of Lauderhill. So they will
Mm-hmm.
be providing the program, that summer boot camp, for a few of their middle and high schoolers living in that city. So
Okay.
they partnered with us with that, and that was that has been great news so far.
Great plug. So if anybody's listening to this and they live in the city of Lauderhill, they can provide 2 proofs of residence and they can register and they will get the program for awesome scholarship of 100% scholarship. How about that for the City of Lauderhill residents? But it is limited seats, so they have to hurry up and enroll. And
Awesome. Well, ladies, it's definitely been great having you on. And I think this is
you
real
as well.
valuable information for all the parents out there that I think might be going a little bit crazy with the
Yeah.
kids home and they haven't been reading a book or doing anything. So, you know, it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
a good way to get them back on track.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.